let's start this video off pretty simple. If you have seen the Super Mario movie or you're just curious about it, this is the video for you. But if you haven't seen it and you're soft to spoilers, then you're just in the wrong place. So consider this your spoiler warning because we're talking about the movie in full. Anyways, you had your chance. I don't want to see you in the comments crying. Now then, for everyone else still here, this movie was live. Now I do believe in being a harsh critic in everything because everything shouldn't slide. But you must realize that everything should have two perspectives. One for a fan's point of view and the other for someone that just wants to critique. So you're most likely in one of these boats, so let's start off with the person that just wants to critique. As a regular person going to see this Mario movie, you have no knowledge about the series whatsoever. To you, this series is a save a princess story with a bad guy that's taken away that princess. For the most part, this movie is pretty true. Your princess for this movie is actually this dude, but at the end of the day, Mario is still here to save everyone. Now, if you're curious about the plot, here you go. Mario and Luigi are transported to a new land by mistake. In this new land, Bowser gets a superstar and he's here to take over the world. While in that process, he wants to marry the Mushroom Kingdom princess, Princess Peach. The difference between the game and the movie is Princess Peach is just not gonna get took. Within the movie, Princess Peach is a capable heroine that doesn't need a man. At the beginning of the movie, you really think that she can do it herself. She's even willing to go get the Kongs to help her. Unfortunately, even if she is capable by herself, she's still the princess of the Toads. Therefore, she gets took regardless. So what happens with the rest of the movie? Basically, Mario saves the Mushroom Kingdom from a bullet bill, and after the bullet bill, Mario and Luigi save Brooklyn from Bowser. So now that you've seen or at least heard the plot of the movie, I'm sure you realize that this is very simple. And for a regular critic like you, you're just hoping they put sprinkles on a regular cake. Now, it is true that cake really doesn't have icing for you, but at least it's a cake. What I'm trying to get at is you're not gonna get anything from this movie unless you like Mario. This is probably a bland story for you, and you probably won't get excited like a fan would. So if that is the person you are critiquing the movie, then you're just gonna see it as okay. The main seller for you here is probably the animation of the movie. Now, moving on past those people, for all the fans of Mario, this movie is for you. I'd argue to say that this might be the best video game adaptation in the past decade. Of course, there's many other movies inside the genre that have had their adaptations, such as Mortal Kombat. But listen, if you saw this movie and understood it, then no, this is not one of the best. The two series that are close to this Mario movie are The Last of Us and the Sonic movies. I did state in a previous video that you can check out up there that The Last of Us adaptation was pretty good. But I mean, just check it out up there. And while the Sonic the Hedgehog movies are very good, they just don't feel like a Sonic universe. But I'm not going to argue about those two adaptations right now. When it comes to the Mario movie, you're going to get references for a full decade. And honestly, it's even more than a full decade. Let's go over some of the Mario references you'll see in the movie. As boring as you may think he is, do you remember the homie Bramball? Yeah, it's okay, only some of us do. Bramball has not been inside a main series Mario game since the Luigi game. Yeah, you heard that right. New Super Luigi U had Bramball, and that came out in 2013. It's been more than 10 years since Bramball has been in a main series game. But guess what? He made it inside the movie. Here's another example. When it comes to Mario, there's two big side series he has. Mario Party, which we will not be talking about, and then Mario Kart. Mario Kart is famous for them hopping in the whip and racing. Now, not only does this movie have a Mario Kart section, but it also has the specific course Rainbow Road. Now, out of all of these courses, you'll probably recognize Rainbow Road the most, and it's very delighting to see it be in a big section of the movie. However, besides the Mario references, it doesn't stop there. The movie goes out of their way to tease other Nintendo IPs. Throughout the movie, you'll see references from F-Zero, Kid Icarus, Punch-Out, and plenty more. That's why the movie is entertaining for more than just Mario fans. If you've been playing Nintendo games for quite some time, you're going to recognize one or two of them. But throughout the whole experience, you'll feel like you're watching a Mario movie from beginning to end. There aren't just regular people that don't fit into the world, and that's what makes it enjoyable. And speaking of regular people, this dude right here, he's not as noticeable as you think. Matter of fact, none of the voice actors stand out. And when I say stand out, I mean it in a bad way. Since most of the Mario cast doesn't have a unique personality, they decide to switch it up for the movie. So characters like Princess Peach and Donkey Kong act differently in the movie than you would assume they would in the game. What makes it even better is each character has their own problems and conflicts within their own lives. Now, I don't want to go through each character's internal crisis, but most of their internal conflicts aren't fixed, but yet they're just set aside. For example, Mario struggles with what he wants to do with his life, and he starts his own plumbing company. Since his line isn't blowing up, up, his family's very disappointed with what he's doing. This leads to his family being disappointed in him and Mario feeling like he's not loved. Again, the movie pushes that aside once he defeats the giant 10-feet turtle in the streets. But that doesn't mean that the conflict was actually resolved. But fortunately, because there's so many stories like that, that leads into this. Yep, you see it, we're getting a sequel to the movie. Now don't get your hopes up, I don't expect this for another 3+ years. Especially because they're doing this migration movie that really should be Duck Hunt. But regardless, if you watch this movie as a Mario fan, this is a solid 9. You don't really expect a killer story from Mario anyway, so why would you want that in the movie? You're just hoping that they would be true to what they do in the games, and they did that. So let me know what you think about the movie in the comments down below. And with that, if you made it to the end of the video, I'm just gonna assume you like Mario. So don't worry your pretty little head, I have another video you can check out over here. And while I didn't bother you before, go ahead and hit the subscribe and like button if you like this content. I appreciate all the love and support, and I'll see you on the next one. Peace.